Hello, everyone. I was going to share what books I've bought recently, and for some reason, I have doubles as well. I'll start with this book, John Grisham, The Exchange, leaves the reader gasping for breath, according to Daily Mail. How shall I show it? This. Okay. So I'm not sure. I mean, I like him as an author, but I haven't read much. I want, only started reading one book. I think it's something about the teenager who was accused of murder and he's in jail, and basically that's how far I got. And this one is says here 10 days to save a life, 1 second to end it. Interesting, because it's about some person called Mitch McDear who stole 10 million from the mob and disappeared. So I don't want to spoil to myself too much. So I don't really read those descriptions before I start reading the book. Another double is this author Hannah Grace, and the book called Holiday Ever After. So that's romance. And I'm currently reading another book by the same author, something about sports romance, about a girl who runs a book club and a boy who they're university students, and the boy who plays for hockey in a university team. And she just was dumped by another hockey player. And I think this new one is going to be much better for her. Another double, Paula Hawkins, The Blue Hour. This is the thriller. I'm actually trying always on a hunt for good thrillers, but so far they've been disappointing. I think most of them. So I'm hoping this one will not be. It sounds amazing. In the dead of night, Grace wakes. The Scottish island of Eris is largely unreachable from the mainland. That's all I want to know. Because, if there's some island or something like this, it's definitely something I would like to read. And, well, as far as reading in progress goes, mostly I'm reading on my Kindle for now. And I've got I've got an annoying habit of reading several books at the same time, and the reason I do that is because I'm trying to read some books when I'm somewhere outside, and so every my handbag has another book in it, and I'm not very quick to finish my reads. But as far as Kindle goes, I read as well several books there. One of them is where the crawdads sing. I actually watched a movie on a plane, so I know the plot. And I bought the book before I watched the movie. So the other ones, I'm trying to go back to several books that I DNFed. I DNF quite a few books because they make me feel disappointed in the first 50 pages, and if I feel bored at the first 50 pages, I'm not continuing, and I probably should. So last year I DNF'd 15 plus books, so I tried to go through them again. One is Her Perfect Family by Teresa Dressel. She writes, she's an ex-TV presenter, she writes books. And this is my real problem with British modern fiction books, because they're all written by this either bored people who, decided to quit their jobs and start writing, or they living in a cute, cozy British countryside. So, what kind of thrillers can they come up with? And so, the Perfect Family is about a girl who uh, graduates either, I think it's a graduation ceremony, either from university or from college or from high school. I think it's college, university. And basically, on the graduation ceremony, she gets shot. And there's a moment in the beginning when she considers wearing either pink gown or yellow gown. So she goes for the yellow gown, even though her mom, she thinks she will disappoint her mom, and her mom voted for pink gown, for the pink gown. And basically, the description how it turned when she got shot in her leg, and her dress turns dark purple because of all the blood she is losing, and she is ended up being in coma for at least like 50% of the book. I'm on 50% right now, and the narration goes from three perspectives, even more. There are several characters who contribute to the narration, and it's both her parents, her father, her mother, she herself, in the form of diaries that she was writing on her computer, and she disguised them as her university assignments. So she would name the file after some assignment, and she actually writes a diary there. Then there's from the perspective of private detective who used to be a police detective, and he has connections in police. He was present in this graduation ceremony, and he helped in the initial chaos to make people safe, and was giving the instructions. And when police arrived, he reconnected with his ex colleague or partner, and they basically she recruited him to help with the investigation. Another book I'm reading, Home Before Dark by Riley Sager. It's a horror. I actually started it. It's also 46%. I actually started it over October or November, but haven't finished yet. So I'm hoping to finish it soon. And it's actually okay, but also very, I don't know, like, um, it sounds like a spoof of a horror story, because everything is so predictable and silly. Even it's like so many tropes, and basically name it and it's there. And it's basically about the family who moved into a mansion, who was haunted or not, who knows, that was haunted or not. And the family, they basically, the father, at least, he was a writer, and he wrote a book about the experience there. And the girl grew up and became designer, interior design or something like this. And she wants to go to this house herself. Apparently, when her father died, she knew that he realized that he actually they didn't hadn't sold that house, that mansion, and he begged her on his deathbed not to go back there. Apparently, there was something that she was very scared of, and something that would make you unsafe. And basically, she decided against his advice and goes there. There, she finds a young guy who, like a keeper, or the grandson of the regional keeper of this house. So he lives on the grounds, or just outside the grounds, and he volunteered to help her with sorting through the house, rebuilding it. So yes, she spent like few nights there, and there was like spooky noises and whatnot. But anyway, I'm not going to go into detail after that, and I just want to finish reading it. Then the other book I DNFed is called The Silent Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires by Grady Hendrix. I I like the writing, and it sounded interesting. The book club, and then the vampire, and then the basically the bored housewives, so like not even bored, but more like desperate housewives who have children, chores, and what not to deal with, and they basically wanted to detract themselves from the reality by reading some crime novels, real true crime novels, and discussing them. So one day he invites himself into this book club and becomes part of this community. But then well, we probably can guess that he's a vampire from the title, but the main character who befriends him, she thinks he's a very nice person and basically normal. Even though the first time she found him, he was a bit of a at a disadvantage, sleeping and like even looked dead. So then he recovered miraculously and became very looking much better. But basically, what I didn't like is the silliness again of it. You know, what can I say? So I decided to, I'm on 28%, so I decided to go back and read. And also the interesting thing on one of the uh, book club meetings, there was a bit of a scandal because the mother-in-law of this main character, what's her even name? I forgot. Patricia. Patricia's mother-in-law recognized him, or so she said, but she, because has dementia or something like that, she basically caused a embarrassing scene, and well, not embarrassing because she is an elderly and she has a mental condition. So basically, she claimed that he is somebody she remembered from her childhood when she was a child and she saw him, but she didn't find the proper photographs, so nobody believed her. And he excused himself. Then there was some other stuff happening also. Yeah, well, it's supposed to be scary, you see, but it's kind of funny because not funny, but it's gory. It's very gory. I dropped it because of that. But also, I don't know. I'll try to get through that basically. But it makes sense that the mother-in-law recognized him if he's a vampire, right? He's not aging, obviously. I don't know why they all were confused. So then the other book I'm reading is yes, Book Magic. Book Magic is the last book, I believe, of there was a trilogy by Alice Hoffman, and she basically she um, yes, she wrote the first book in the series. Actually, no, she wrote the last book in the series first in the 90s, and I didn't. It was my least favorite. My most favorite is second book, which is taking place in 60s or 70s or something of the 20th century, and the first book is chronologically is covering the events of Salem's witch hunt. So it's like 19th century, I think. So these two books were fine. This is her last book, and I'm going to read it because I want to see what happens to the rest of the family. So yes, it's all about one family of witches. So Safe at Home, another thriller, British thriller. If that doesn't get you bored, I don't know what will. Basically, I'm also 28%. It's by Lauren North. It says, the gripping, twisted domestic thriller you won't be able to put down. It's about a mother of two girls who moved out of London into the countryside. She, for some reason, she has some financial troubles, and her husband is elsewhere, somewhere in Africa, I believe. And she has to deal with this herself. I think she has either three children. already don't remember because I started it last year, DNFed. And basically, what happens is that there's some dangerous man in a silver car, either spying or trying to groom your girls or something. And the neighbors are they're nice, but she's not friendly with them because she's embarrassed how she bad at handling life and motherhood. And basically, I didn't understand yet what the problem is there. What's the plot? So the other book I'm reading is uh, okay. Let me see. The other book I'm reading is mm, the mixtape. It's in Kindle Unlimited. It's by Brittany Cherry. It's a romance with musical setting. There's some there were twin musicians, brothers who one was very popular. One was Oliver was very not antisocial, social. I would say he was introvert, introverted, and he. One day, one his popular brother dies in a car crash when we were together in a car, and he gets drunk. His career gets into trouble, and he ends up in a bar making a scene where this girl works. Her name is uh, okay. Her name. I'm sorry. I'm looking. No, that's Oliver again. Emery, right? Yes, her name is Emery, and basically she takes him in because he's drunk, doesn't tell her his address, and I just know what will happen after that. But it's cute. She's a single mom. She has also money issues. She's in debt, and he's rich, and he's her favorite musician. So I'm looking forward to finishing this one. And the other book I'm reading is. Uh, okay, which one? Ah, yes, I've got this. I'm watching you by the same author, Teresa Driscoll, but it's actually like has a audio version, so I'm going to listen to it. So the other one that I've DNF'd and now I'm going to read again is The Wedding Party by Tammy Cohen. Cohen. Somebody was murdered or something. The corpse on the wedding party. I need to start over because I don't remember anything. So one summer in Crete, it's more like I think I'll finish it in summer. Then there is this Christmas comfort food cafe. I'm going to read it even though I DNF'd it. Then there is by Debbie what? By Debbie Johnson. Oh, it's actually, wait a minute, I need to buy it. It's actually not, it's a sample. But anyway, I'm going to buy that. And then there is one Stuck on You. I think it's also Christmas about London by Portia McIntosh. Something about Korea girl who reads, Hunger Games. Oh, no. Hunger Games, what I'm talking about. The girl who reads the Game of Thrones. Then there is Sleepless in Sicily romance. I'm also going to read it by Emma Jackson. No, but it's also holiday romance, so I'm not going to read it on Christmas. And then there is, I also DNF'd it. There is one called Ready or Not and The Age. Ready or Not is by Alex Lake. So, yes, psychological thriller of 2021. And then the other one called The Age by Lucy Goucher. So I haven't even started yet, so that's not the DNF material. Then there is, yes, I read also Nora Roberts' trilogy of Dragonheart Legacy. So I've read first book, and now I'm reading Becoming, and there is also choice. Becoming is on 40%. It's about a girl who was had a problematic relationship with her mother, and she basically was a teacher, mousy, nobody, with only one gay friend, I think, and some other gay community that were friendly to her, like a family. But then basically she saw one day she saw some guy with a black cat and a black, dressed in black strange clothes, like vintage or um, out of fashion, basically like maybe like from 19th century type of coat or something like that. And he seemed to follow her, or she sees him several times when she goes day to day on her day-to-day business. And then it turns out that her father left her inheritance, and she can do what she wants. She's got a lot of money, she can do what she wants, and basically nice. And she goes to, her father is Irish, she goes to Ireland with that gay friend for a holiday. There she finds out that her father was a fae, and she basically there is a portal. She's got also like some nice cottage in Ireland, everything free. The owner guys, her father's friend, and they play music for her with Irish harp, and but it's amazing. It's amazing. The only problem I have, basically, yes, she found the portal. Her grandmother lives beyond the portal because she's also Fae. So she learns about Fae. She learns how different magic, whatever. She meets a guy who fancies her, or he doesn't really. I don't know what he actually thinks, but basically, yes, they hook up, and she starts writing books, fantasy books for children. So she does amazingly financially, and in all Nora books, they all put together. They've got like to-do list and everything, and I'm fascinated by that. The only problem with this book is that they ride dragons. It's like Ireland, right? Dragons are in Wales. Well, other than that, I'm finishing it. So next is yes, I'm also reading second book of Outlander by Diana Gabaldon, and I'm also reading the series of Virgin River because of the TV series, and that's by Robin Carr. So also, I'm reading some books by Monica Murphy. They're basically high school smart. Yes, very very cute. And then there is the Happy Family by J.K. Cabler. Another my attempt, unfortunate attempt on thrillers. Then Paris, The Child Cabin 13. I haven't read that one yet, by Paris Parker. Then there is Lock Every Door by Rayleigh Sager. By the way, yes, the same one. I'm going to read that. And also the other DNF, Deceive Me. Karen Cole. Something about some school child dispute, and then The Night of Many Endings, Melissa Payne. I like the writing, but the book completely went over my head, and I did not know what is it about. So I'm going to reread it. That one. So basically, that's for now, I think it. And I'm going to update you when I finish at least something. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. See you next time.